Do you normally move in a bit? Morning all.
No, that's about as close as I can get to my desk.
Okay, I'll refresh.
No, I'll move it. I'll move it if that's all right. Does that help you? Is that better? Is it completely changed my camera angle for this?
That is better.
My screen, but that's the point. Is that it's never at this angle, Jim. It's never at this angle.
Mate, that's what I said. I'm happy to. You be comfortable. Let me work around you.
No, you've already made me move my camera twice. I've never moved my camera. You've already gone, too much headroom. It's never been an issue.
Still
before.
too much.
No,
it's still too much.
Is there?
If you were doing something on Sky Sports, you look tiny.
I don't know. There's this much room.
Only when you sit how you normally sit. Thank you. See, it's lower.
This is ridiculous.
Fine,
you can see the top of my...
It's fine.
It's not about me feeling comfortable, is it? It's about you feeling comfortable. You're the big star. It's been that way, Jim.
Stop.
That's mad. That feels now. I feel crazy.
Yeah, now you got loads of headroom, but it's all right. I'll figure it out. Look, so this is the editing.
That's too much.
You guys don't understand that. Just put it how you normally put it. But sit how you normally sit.
I had it how I normally had it. I had it how I normally had it. You made me change it.
I think I'll put the horns in there.
I've not got enough on my plate at the moment, Jim.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. We can crack on if you want to crack on.
No, you said. If you're happy with this, then we'll crack on. That means you're not happy with it, and it's my issue if it's substandard.
I honestly don't think it'll be like the shit we've put them through over the years. I think they'll be all right.
Yeah. Now frame me up, bitch.
Okay. Wow. Right, you set? I think that'll do. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Am I loud? Am I too loud here?
No, you sound fine.
Do I sound fine? Right. There we go. Let's see. Everyone's make that one. I don't know what it means. I think it looks good now. Can you turn your right shoulder round a touch? So I feel like you're facing me. There you go. And then shimmy just the tiniest bit to your right. I'm in ecstasy. That's perfect. Well done. Right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to James and Flat for Now. We are back. Lots of great comments. Lots of people telling me stuff that's not normal. Lots of people saying stuff that is pretty harrowing that they then think, why did I say that? And also, we are living in people's heads rent-free, which is great.
Oh, we have
to talk about football as well, I'm afraid. And I've got a lovely new game, the sequel to, maybe we'll talk about it a little bit later on after a bit of football chat, the sequel to How Many Balls in My Pocket, which people loved last week, an original ditty from me. And I'll give you a clue. Okay, there's a clue. Later,
they must be in your pocket.
No, they're not in my pocket. No, they're not in my pocket right now. No, we'll talk about it later. How are you?
If you're playing how many things are in my pocket and the eggs are not in your pocket, it can't just be how many eggs in the box. It's how many eggs. No, you put the eggs in your pocket. You put them in your pocket right now. No,
I think everyone, all our beloved patrons, of which you can become one as well. We had a lovely chat yesterday about flags and other things as well. You can join us for the mailbag each week. Link is in the description, so come and get involved with that. Really quick promo. Later, I'm having it's a buffet of high level chat today because on the JLA Substack, I'm going to be having a little chat with Henry Winter. I'm quite nervous about.
Wow, that's good. How did you line that up?
Well, our Substack team has been able to get that one going because he's big on the Substack. He's big on that, yeah.
Mate, what is it that you're? I mean, this is probably
I'm a bit nervous about it,
but he is a big dog, but you're also in your own right.
That's the kind of person I would be really nervous to meet. Have you met him?
Your problem? No, I've been in the room.
Right. What's the aura like? I won't be in the room, so I won't have to deal with that.
Strong.
Yeah, really.
But nice. But really nice. Look, we actually. I mean, I'm not trying to kind of point score here, Jim. But we had him lined up with Football Between the Lines because he had a podcast with Swart Social.
Right.
But I just couldn't be bothered.
Power move there from Flav. Lovely stuff.
No, mate. Well done, Jim. That's a great look.
Well, no, I'm just interested. I'm nervous. I don't know. Like he's sort of like he's real, isn't he? He's like the real. He's a real nice journalist, isn't he?
He's not
scary.
Yeah, just start with this. You got a problem with YouTube?
That is the question people want to ask. So I think we'll probably have that chat. Call
him Harry.
Big problem? Yeah, nice. Yeah, good. Henry, it's Harry Summer. Hi, Harry. Thanks for spending a bit of time. I appreciate it. You're say you're welcome. Don't say like thanks for coming up. You just go, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. If you say in the right tone, he's not really sure if you're annoyed. If you're actually digging him out, you go, you're welcome. Yeah. Loz does that actually. Loz goes, welcome. I never realised that. It was a power move all this time. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Can I start the podcast off by talking about the UAE fans kicking off as Qatar knocked them out and qualified for the World Cup?
I didn't.
Mate,
I wasn't aware
it's
of
like an AI video has made it. There's and what it shows you is hooliganism and unruliness isn't about beer. It really ain't. It's football that does it to people. So, as I understand it, the UAE fans felt especially aggrieved because of some horrendous refereeing decisions that went against them, and Qatar went through. Now, we know there is this sub-context to this game because there is a big rivalry between Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and UAE.
Okay.
Big rivalry.
Based on?
Political and geographical situations.
Oh, dodged.
And so, so they weren't happy, and they're just piling into the pitch, saying, "We're not having it. Please get involved." It looks like something that AI had generated. It looks like something you might see. Yeah, there's videos of it. I can send you a link if you want. It looks like something you might see on Millwall versus West Ham. It's quality.
Really? Is that sort of the power of the English game? Is it, or the English game?
That's what we do. Spreading the British disease wherever we go.
Yeah, spreading sort of hooligan washing. That was going on.
Yeah. Well, I loved it. They're well involved.
Really? Yeah. That's ridiculous. Yeah, get a bit. I saw here saying they were throwing. I don't know if this is just a racist headline. They're throwing sandals.
Oh, I didn't see any of that, but they may have just sent you a link.
Sandals, plastic bottles and cups.
It was actually. Do you know who captured the footage? It was a. Do you remember?
Thogden. Okay, guys, it's just a game. It's just a game, guys. It's just football. Hey, it's just football.
It could have easily been Foggers, but it wasn't. It was. Do you remember James Montague?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It was him. He was out there.
Right. Hasn't he just written a book about it? Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. Man, we interviewed him back in Bull Street days. I think he's a West Ham fan.
He's really smart, wasn't he? Do you know, it's funny, full circle. We're sort of trying to set up a Substack chat with him as well. Yeah.
He's done the Billionaires Club. Do you remember that book that came out at the time? That's why he ended up. Anyway, he's great. All right, the other thing I wanted to bring up. One more thing.
Yep.
The Mateta versus Wilfried Zaha beef. That's now. Do you like that?
Your Palace knowledge has just like skyrocketed, isn't it? Like if you're at a wedding 3 years ago and someone says, yeah, I'm a Palace fan, you're like, oh! Now you're like, just got loads because of
Dan just basically bends me over and just rams me full of Palace chat twice a week.
Really? And then so he rams it in, and then on the Jaffin podcast, you sort of do it yourself like a magic trick, just like that.
Spell it out. Well, he made it and he'll be watching this because he loves Jaffin.
Oh, does he?
And he loves you, James. I made this point that he kind of manages to crowbar Palace into lots of the conversations we have about football, right?
Yeah.
And it's remarkable because to most people, Palace are, meh. They're a little bit meh, aren't they? They kind of, you don't really think about Palace and QPR much.
Well, we've had it in previous years, haven't we? Which club is steam? In every season, there's one club that everyone's just like, oh yeah, they like. If you said, right, tell me all 20 Premier League clubs, they'd get to 19, and they were like, what? Who is it? And it's and for years it was Southampton, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now it's but who's it now? It's probably Fulham, isn't it?
Fulham.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the Championship, is it still? It's not QPR, is it? Because they're sixth.
People won't shut the fuck up about us right now.
Really?
Yeah. Podcasts that used to slam and clickbait the fact that QPR are in a malaise are now profiting off videos on QPR.
So Dan managed to get the kind of Ferguson Manchester United dynasty that dominated Premier League football for close to 20 years about Palace. It was remarkable.
That's stunning work.
Mate, no, it was unreal work. And apparently it was the Palace were 3-2 up 6 minutes ago. FA Cup final, 89, 90, around that time.
Yep.
And if Palace would have held on, Ferguson probably would have been sacked. And the rest is history. Right. So you have to say thank you, Palace, for allowing that to happen and not beating them. Anyway, the point is, he's told me this. I actually brought up the Zaha Mateta situation to him because I didn't know anything about it. I just saw Zaha ranting off about Mateta being disrespectful about Zaha. And I was like, what could this be about? So what it's about is that when he arrived from Mainz into the Palace dressing room, he said two things. I think he said, one thing he definitely said was, I will play for France.
Right.
And everyone in the dressing room laughed at him, including Zaha. Now, Zaha's now got beef because Mateta specifically mentioned Zaha laughed at me when I said I would play for France. And as we know, yesterday or over this last 2 weeks, he's made 2 appearances for France and scoring once, Mateta. So that was quite funny. I thought that'd be worth
disgusting.
Highlighting.
Wilfried Zaha left outraged by Jean-Philippe Mateta interview and furious rant at ex-Crystal Palace teammate. Crystal Palace legend Wilfried Zaha has launched the fuck's sake. Right. Was it seething? I mean, have you seen the rant? Was it seething?
He was angry. He was angry.
It's disgusting. Outraged. Rant. Furious. All in the title. Normally titles are supposed to be 6 words. They had to bump it up. Palace legend Wilfried Zaha has launched... It's TalkSport. Launched a seething rant at former teammate Jean-Philippe Mateta. Zaha was recently called out by Mateta for laughing at the striker's dreams of playing for France one day.
It is remarkable, that ascendancy, though, to play and score for France, going from Mainz for Palace to select. So you often have like international, so much I want to say about this, but there's a couple of things going against Mateta, right? He's playing for Palace, and typically that makes it harder to get into the international teams. Like a player will move from Palace to Arsenal, and now, Eze's going to be like a regular starter probably. Well, what my point is that there is this bias towards players that play for bigger clubs. Not only that, he's managed to get into what is probably the strongest squad in world football. Yeah. And not only that,
get on the pitch. Yeah.
Get on the pitch and score. And, if you looked at him, you think like aesthetically, Mateta is, I would call him, and this is being unfair, he's a lump, isn't he? There's more to him than that.
Sure.
Obviously.
Yeah. At its most base, he's a lump.
He's a lump.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Who's someone else? Who's the best lump?
Yeah.
He's absolutely a lump, but he's like an unbelievable lump. Because is Giroud a lump? And he's the new Giroud?
What's the difference? Giroud wasn't a lump. I'd say Kevin Davies was a lump. Andy Carroll was a lump.
Yeah, okay.
Ricky Lambert, lump from Mazza, yeah.
What? And
Haaland is a lump. He's too good to be a lump.
Haaland's no. If you're making Mateta a lump, you got to make Haaland a lump.
No, it doesn't feel comfortable. Mateta's a lump. It doesn't feel comfortable with. Because he's the intricacy to his play, his hold up play. Yeah, the way he flicks the deft touches. All right, look, I'm not going to fight you to the death about this. All right, he's a lump. We've got some in the chat here. This is why you become patrons. You can get involved in these conversations. Nothing really about the UAE thing or about Mateta and Zaha arguing.
I've got one.
Listing lumps. They love this sort of stuff.
Well, I want high quality. I don't like these lumps. I don't. So well done, Stephen Webster. Me and you are akin. Probably why I became a moisty.
Luca Toni.
That's what was in my head. But in terms of a high level lump, I'm looking for high level lumps here. Like John Parkin, with the greatest respect, and I love Under the Cosh. He's not king of the lumps. He's security for the
That's
lumps.
Jay Tomlin's. Liam Delap ain't. He's not. He ain't in a lump. He ain't been around. You got to be around.
Grant Hull. I don't think he's big enough to be. I mean, he's a
I'd take
kind
Grant
of
Hull.
lump.
Yeah.
Crouch, too thin to be a lump. Absolutely, Rob. Correct.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
R9. R9 in his later days. Shout.
No.
His later days.
That's just fat. A lump isn't about body fat the index, the body mass index, right? A lump is about physical, like
yesterday I had a lad come around. I would say a 46-year-old builder with a good 20 years in the game, and his foot, and he was 6'2", and he was in great nick, and he just had, and when he shook your hand, it was just it was crushing, both emotionally and from a masculinity standpoint, and literally, and his forearms were just fantastic. I actually said to fam later that day, I said, "You're gonna love the builder. Great dimples, great forearms." But the point I'm saying is, he's sort of, if you ran into him, it'd hurt. Do you know what I mean? Like he's like a lump in that sense. It's just like firm, firm bone to muscle mass.
It's not ripped either, is it? Something else.
No,
I think
it's just sort of like, it's just
Lukaku lump. Noel Quinn lump, I would say.
Noel Quinn lump, okay. I think, but Mateta's quick though. Is Drogba a lump?
Quick in a
is
lump?
Drogba one of the greatest lumps? It probably is. If you put Mateta in that. You can't call Mateta a lump and not call Drogba a lump. Akinfenwa, one of the biggest lumps. One of the biggest lumps. But no, one of the best lumps.
Too obvious.
Very different.
Too obvious.
Duncan Ferguson, yeah.
I think like if you're having two lumps up top,
I agree.
You're going hot. Ashley Barnes lump.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Troy Deeney lump.
Yeah, I think he'd be okay with that. I think he'd be okay with that.
Ask him. You refer to as a lump.
Can you pick up?
You ask him?
He won't be. Yeah, I don't think he'd pick up. We got in his car last week, and he had 110 WhatsApp messages. I was like, I'll send him a voice note, see what he says. Because he probably
the greatest lumps in Premier League history. Would you put yourself in there?
Hello, mate. We're just doing a podcast with Flav, and we're talking about the greatest lumps. So a couple of questions for you. One, would you agree with the fact that Mateta is a lump? What is the best lump ever? And would you be okay if we called you a lump? Would you consider yourself a lump? All right, get back to me when you have a chance. Bye. We'll find out next week. Unless he replies. Man United, Liverpool. Who's playing who? What ground are we at? It's at Anfield, isn't it?
Yeah, it's at Anfield. This is a question we discussed earlier, but there was a time. I think you know where I'm going to go already.
Go on.
There was a time when I think, and like I've got much love now for Sky Sports. You know, I'm available for work, right? But I think there was a time where we were gaslit into thinking that the Liverpool and Man United game was bigger than it was.
Yeah.
When we didn't have social media. Wow, Red Monday was a travesty. This was basically a game they played on a Monday night, for example, and it was built up as Red Monday and ended up being a 0-0 damp squib. Yeah. But I genuinely think that over time, it's the slow realization that really nobody outside of Manchester and Liverpool really cares. Like there might be interesting storylines, and there may be things we can talk about, and we're talking about on this podcast. I'm not saying it isn't a big game. I just think we were made to believe for a long time that it was ginormous, and it just isn't.
Well, it's huge in terms of like quantity. It's like it's not the game. It's a big game because it's Liverpool, it's Man United. They got massive, and the pundits are all from those clubs.
Exactly.
But it's not the game we want. It's not like, but I mean, you can't say it's not been exciting because there's been the 5-0s and the 7-0s. But that's not the game I want.
That's interesting, Jim. What is the game you want right now?
The game, when we're talking about these iconic fixtures, especially with these big clubs, I think there's a toe-to-toedness about it. Like Chelsea, Liverpool, that sort of era, that Arsenal, Man United, 97, 98, like that era, those games, Like that's why I think Spurs Arsenal is a good game now, or it has been a good game over the last 5-6 years because there's been a toe-to-toedness. Whereas Man United are always in a mess. Liverpool are always generally good, and it just turns into
You said that this is like this Liverpool versus Chelsea rivalry has come up 3 times to me. Once directly with Rory, when he was going, everyone remembers the iconic rivalry between Liverpool and Chelsea. I don't remember it at all. I remember them playing each other a few times about 15 years ago, but I don't recognise it in the same way as I would perhaps the Arsenal Manchester United rivalry of the noughties.
I think it's important to say Liverpool Man City as well, because like in terms of the game you want, I want the best players going at it, not complaining when stuff happens, and trying to score goals. And the difference between, say, an Arsenal Man City game in the last couple of years, which has been about stopping, and the Liverpool Man City game, I think that's the best games we've seen in the Premier League in terms of quality have been Liverpool Man City over the last few years, because the pace of it, I want a game where you get to half time and you've not looked to see what the time is at 30 minutes or 25 minutes. I think that's a great indicator of a game, is how long has this been going on?
Yeah,
those
like the Europa League final felt like it had gone on for 2 games. Yeah. It'd gone that slowly. No, you're right. In terms of the quality, I don't think you'll see 2 better teams go at it than Liverpool and Manchester City, for sure. Those 2 sides were impeccable, and perhaps that Manchester City side, or the one that followed it was the greatest the Premier League's ever seen.
He's come back.
Has he?
Yeah. I'll play it, and then if I want to cut it out, we can cut it out.
Yeah, so if you're talking about lumps, Mateta is a lump, I'm a lump, this was a lump, the greatest lump of all time.
Hang on, sorry.
I can't really hear it.
Right. Yeah, so if you're talking about lumps, Mateta is a lump, I'm a lump.
Oh, fuck's sake. Hang on. Right.
Yeah, so if you're talking about lumps, Mateta is a lump, I'm a lump, this was a lump, the greatest lump of all time, Didier Drogba. And there's no conversation about it. But there's a lot of big lumps that were big, available, physical. Duncan Ferguson springs to mind. I don't think you put Teddy Sheringham weirdly in a lump, but he was a big boy. So I think you got to be careful on what the consideration of lump is. But I am absolutely a lump, and I'm an even bigger lump now as I currently walk to the gym. And I'm out of breath before we even got there.
That is class. There
you go. So, yeah, Drogba.
In my head, yeah, for sure, he lumped. But I just thought he was just too... Like, lump's almost borderline derogatory. He's too good. But
I feel like you have an issue with Mateta.
I don't have an issue.
There's something going on there. I just don't understand.
I don't understand how he's playing for France, though. I don't understand that.
Okay, but based on what?
Well,
based on the fact he plays for Palace. That's what you're doing, you snob.
No, it's not what I'm doing. I've got an appreciation for Palace because of Dan. I do, but I don't understand how he's getting on the pitch and scoring for this France team. Ekitike, you've got Dembele, you've got Mbappe, you've got. There's a couple of others as well. But like, fair play to him. It's a great story. It's just it doesn't look right to me, and maybe that's my own.
But is this his Michael Ricketts moment, or is he here to stay? Do you know what I mean? That's the question.
Rob, don't shit on the dream, mate. Don't shit on the dream.
What's Rob?
Don't bring. He's brung sensible points in.
Don't do that.
Well, it was a rotated team, wasn't it? It was a rotated team. He's a Brummie.
Where's
Rob from? He's rotated team. Do you know he didn't really disliked what I said?
Bryce Samber's in the squad, by the way, just say. Which is crazy. He was at Nottingham Forest. Got bombed out, I think. Anyway, go
on. I was on doing the club with Rory and Adam McCullough and Boovie the other day, and I brought up our Aston Villa noise, the celebration that Villa fans.
Okay.
Adam didn't like it, told me to fuck off.
Did he? How did he? Well, yeah, I could fuck off. Was it? Oh, like it. Interesting. Is that it? Is that McCullough's trigger? The Brummie accent.
Brummie thing. I think he's got lots of triggers, McCullough.
Yeah.
He play football. He's the most angry football ever.
Yeah. His main trigger is football.
We've got Adam McCullough on Football Between the Lines tomorrow.
Lovely, great podcast to go check it out. Can I quote Jamie O'Hara and put him to you?
Please.
He says that Slot needs to win the game more. The game's bigger for Slot than it is for Amorim this weekend. Quick straw poll from the beloved patrons. 45 viewing us live as we speak. Is it a bigger game for Slot or Amorim? If it's a 1, and maybe we can work this, we can carry on with this, but like, is it like 1-0 defeat, plucky 1-0 defeat for Amorim? Are Man United fans okay with that?
Yes.
Right. Sorry, plucky 1-0 defeat, I meant. Are they
they'll be fine with that.
They're okay with that. They're okay.
I think so because, go on, what was the other thing?
And well, the other side is if they played really well and knocking the door down but lost 1-0, would Liverpool fans be okay with that?
So what it's about conversation and it's about attention, right? Okay. If Liverpool lose this, the conversation
4 in a row.
Yeah, this is big for Slot and big for Liverpool. The pressure's sort of off on Amorim because everyone thinks he's dead, as Curtis just said, literally a dead man walking anyway. You got Ratcliffe that's coming out and going, no, we're going to give him his full 3 years. So you're like, well, he's not going to be sacked. He's not good enough. It doesn't really matter. The story isn't actually United. The story is very much Liverpool. Slot is like question marks around Slot. Insane. But people are thinking about that, right? Too much, too soon, one big summer. Record signings, 2 over £100 million signings brought in. One of them not being very good. Probably will be fine, right? And 3 in a row. 4 in a row. You started to go eyebrows raised. 5. How many are we saying?
I was going to say. I mean, you beat me to it. How many games? How many games does he lose? How many games does he lose? How many games does he lose to get the sack?
The sack.
Until he gets the sack. Good.
People
currently on 4. 10 says Luke.
So I'm with Luke. I think people begin to. It's not 10.
Maz is saying 20.
Definitely start 20 games on the bounce. Maz, come on.
What is the longest one? I know I've asked this before, but if anyone can remind me,
it's the best game, by the way. The best game, the best thing we've ever produced is this game, Jim. Ian Beat is saying 12. 20 no wins, Maz is saying. 20 no wins. That's not 20 on the bounce. I think you lose 10 games in a row. No one survives that, do they? You just assume the dressing room's turned. It's all gone to shit. 10 games in a row. It's unheard of. Liverpool haven't done that in their entire history. It would have to be sacked 10 on the bounce.
10. 4. Because 4 is a funny one, right? Because I would say it's a bigger game for Amorim. Because I don't think Amorim's safe just yet. And I think Slot's totally safe. And I think even if they lose this game, obviously there's a bad feeling about it. I think the bigger concern is that you can't beat this Man United team. That's the concern. But the table, you just go... So Arsenal could go 4 points clear. They've got Fulham. They've got the team of steam. That is Fulham. So they could, But it's not the end of the season if you lose this weekend. I guess it's at home, which is different.
How do Liverpool fans feel, though? That's what I'd be curious to know. Like, because
Liverpool slap them.
Don't tell Liverpool fans how to feel, right? Is what we were told about Isak. But I want to know how they feel. What point do they, you've just won the league. Mate, let me ask you about this. This directly links to this. Sol Campbell coming out and going, Slot had everything, didn't he? Just given the team. But Arteta, he's had to build a team. Somehow, no, whoa. Don't do that face, Jim, because that sounds like, there's some logic there. There ain't any logic there. He's giving Arne Slot no credit for winning the league in his first season and giving Arteta all the credit for not doing it in 5 years and spending £1 billion. The man's insane. It's like what he did at Liverpool last season. First manager come in, not spent the money, great squad, great firepower, didn't have a 6, made that work with Gravenberch, you'd say, probably the story of the season.
Yeah.
He deserves untold credit, not none.
It's they're caught between. We've got a whole very in-depth video on it, which came out yesterday, maybe, where we kind of go into it. They'll be fine. They'll be absolutely fine, Liverpool.
Of course they will.
Like, thing is, it's like that's what I love about football is that the truth changes based on the latest like result. So to project it is often really, really difficult, and all can have good logics. But it depends which one it kind of works towards. Like as I said, I felt it would be tricky this year for them because I think you've got to know where you're playing the ball to. Yeah, because it's hard. It's like thing is like there's such, again, two things can be true. There's such a truth to if you pay big money for things, those players are good, right? But if they're not sort of drilled and cohesive, then that makes it hard if you get to get out of trouble. And I think in the Premier League, it's never been harder to sort of get yourself out of trouble or for your individual quality to be able to be utilised because teams are so well drilled and so effective in transition. So you've got to be like, it's not to win a game in the Premier League is so hard. It's so hard. Because even the teams, over the last couple of years, the teams that were mid-table, so don't have the same kind of quality, work harder than most, have outrageous pace, are pressing you, and have individual talent as well. And then teams right down the bottom are enormous. So they can stop you better, and they've got an opportunity when it comes to set pieces as well. So it's really, really hard to win games with the quality of your players. Oh, sorry, harder,
would you say the spread of quality has never been as, what would you call it, thickly spread across the Premier League? Has ever been this level of quality across the board?
I always think, I'm always kind of leaning that way. But I think when you look at Leeds, Burnley and Sunderland, the money that they spent, and Sunderland were the worst of those, remember? And they've spent the most, and the players that they've bought, the quality they've been able to bring, a guy that is a linchpin and who's 30 something, not 36, 37, 32, I think he is, Granit Xhaka, who was literally a linchpin of winning the league 2 years ago, like in Germany. But the point is, I mean, I guess the thing you could say is you've got to kind of know how everyone wants to work and how everyone can do what they want to do. And I think that is the biggest thing with Liverpool right now. They've sort of future-proofed their team for life after Salah. That's the big thing here, I think. That's what but there's obviously, you're caught in the crosshairs or the Venn diagram of Salah being the best player in the league last year and doing nothing wrong from that point of view, obviously, and the future. Like that's the thing that Liverpool will have to deal with until Salah goes.
Yeah, and the way people look at Liverpool in this situation is in the most simplistic way, isn't it? It's like, look at all these players you brought in, look at how much money you spent.
Yeah,
of course this has to work, but it's so much more complicated than that.
Yeah, it's like having higher quality. You've got higher quality ingredients, but they don't go together as well. You haven't really figured out the bits, the right seasoning. I found it
interesting that Slot said that we didn't anticipate him bringing in another player, but we kind of had to, talking about Isak. And I'm like, of course you did. Of course. You know the quote I'm talking about?
Yeah, Slot. I think so.
Yes. Of course you did. What you mean? Oh, no, we didn't anticipate getting Isak in. It was like literally the story of the summer. You were the only club he was going to go to. You put a bid in.
I guess you never know you're going to get a player once it's over the line, though, do you?
They knew they'd agitated enough in order to manipulate that. And Isak was doing everything he can.
So, I had a chat with Josh Williams, who Liverpool fans will know him. Brilliant tactical guy when it comes to Liverpool. I had him on the Substack as well. And the chat I had was that I was in the space of thinking, okay, all right, forget egos, forget what everyone's done previously. Like on the video yesterday, there's a absolutely valid comment going, yeah, of course, we're going to get rid of the guy who got 30 odd goals and assists last year. Like that's not kind of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that one team is not going to work, but the two teams that you might use, Josh was saying, I said, if you've got to win a game to save the world, and no one knows about it, but you just got to pick the team. What would you do? He went back. He went, I would go back to last year, play the way we played last year with a different guy, with whoever could be the best up front for us, and I would play that way. Right now,
you reckon
sorry,
do you reckon it came from Slot then? This change in style, and because that would be the temptation. It's just let's just go back
figuring
to
it
what we did
out. I think
before.
he's still figuring it out, and he's trying different things, and you have to keep trying different things until it kind of sticks. And like I'm not right. I'm not right because I've chucked something out on a video that I think that could work because I feel like I've seen it. Like I feel like it fits the way football is this second. I think 4-4-2 you can play it. I think you can. But the truth is this. The truth is that he should sometimes go back, and then sometimes he should go forwards in certain games. Probably games where he feels comfortable in doing that. And then in other games he should kind of see if he can find a middle ground that works as well. Like. There's no. I don't think there's any shortcut. This is the thing. The only way is kind of through with that. Whereas the Sunderland team, they've basically gone. They got Granit Xhaka pretty early, didn't they?
Yeah.
And once they've kind of got that, they're going, okay, what do we need around this lad? That's what they've done, in my opinion. And so that fits and flows a bit better. Whereas a player like Wirtz, in any other team in the Premier League, probably, or most teams, right? So if you picked him up and you put him in that Arsenal team and he played in the Eze role, he'd be absolutely fine because it would be kind of, he would be given that area of space to do what he wants with it. This Liverpool team right now, he's not being given the space that I think he should be in, that he wants. But Wirtz in 9 out of 10 teams is you build the team around him to a point, or you sort of platform him first. Currently, that's not kind of happening. But it's not. That's why I think it's a bigger game for Amorim. You don't have to outrageously panic this year because you've got, for the next 5 years, you've got Wirtz, Ekitike, Isak, like all these great players. So it's like, it's not a crisis, but it's just, it's growing pains, isn't it? Like it's just awkward, isn't it? And that's what he's got to figure out. He's got to figure out a formula that works. And someone has to be, when he gets those big games, when you get to like March and it's these knockout games, who's your team? That's what we're all talking about. The team changes all the time, doesn't it? Like when they won the league, when they won the league in 20, when we think of that Liverpool team, we can all reel off that team. Like I think that Liverpool team played together once, like all of them. You know, Trent, Robertson, Van Dijk, what was his name? Matip, yeah. Like, it there. But like, that team didn't play, so he's going to have to find different ways of doing it. I think what's harder for him is got to be so different, in my opinion.
Yeah, and also you've had a start that's been punctuated by international breaks as normal. You haven't got to the point where you're having to use your squad, really. You played 7 games, a couple of European games, and that's it. And a League Cup. You know, we're not in the situation where having a big squad or borderline bloated squad has become a factor. The reason why we don't know what the best team is because they've played 7 games in the Premier League. At the moment, he's having to pick between Ekitike, Isak, Salah, and Wirtz, right? When you can't play all of them, but it will come a day when he's got a 3-week period and have 10 games or 11 games to play. Then you'll see what a great squad they have.
It's hard. It's hard for him as well because it's like the international break is such a weird one, isn't it? Because they all just go away. So like Thomas Frank, chatted to Thomas Frank this week. Like on last week, he said I took the whole week off because I needed to. Because he said like it's a different level of intensity when you've got like so many players and so much going on and so much travel and so much Champions League and all that. And he was returning back to it this week. So this idea that like international break and it kind of comes at a good time or a bad time. I think for any of these top teams and probably most Premier League teams, yeah.
You don't have any players left.
They're pointless, yeah. They're kind of pointless from that point of view. It's probably just nice for the manager. He can just pop off for a bit.
So I think that would be quite a surprise to some Spurs fans that you just took it off. They would assume you just should be working on it.
Yeah. Right. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So that's enough football chat, I think. What we've got, give me your prediction for that game.
I think it'd be 3-1 Liverpool.
I think Anfield crowd will help. I think they'll be back, and I think Salah will score as well. Right. I think, I'm going to go. I think it'll be 3-0. Just to shout out, Glue Sticks 17. He said, I'm not going to read out his comment. I was going to say thank you for the comment, and we appreciate you. And fucking only forwards, bro. Okay, just want to say.
There's a guy called Ralph Toddhunter in the
not him again. He's new, isn't
in the chat. I think he's new. Yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
If you want to become a patron, click the link in the description below, and you can join people like Ralph Toddhunter,
who we abused for a good 10 minutes yesterday.
Yeah. I don't think abused. I thought it was just a fair conversation about the man.
Okay. From that conversation came this. So Flav's going to help me with this song. How many eggs did he eat? How many eggs did he eat? How many eggs did Flav eat the other day? Was it one?
No.
How many eggs did he eat? How many eggs did he eat? How many eggs did he eat? Was it only one?
No, it wasn't only one.
Two. How many eggs did he eat? How many eggs did he eat? How many eggs did he eat? Was it 3?
No, it was more than 3.
More than 3. How many eggs did he eat? How many eggs did he eat? How many eggs did he eat? Surely it was 4.
It wasn't 4.
It wasn't 4.
This was one breakfast.
Whoa. Yeah. And what form of eggs? Scrambled.
Yes.
How many eggs did he eat? How many eggs did he eat? How many eggs did he eat? Surely it was 5.
No.
Wow. Honestly, mate, I'm going to show you. When you see it in front of you, it's just incredible. How many eggs did he eat? How many eggs did he eat? How many eggs did he eat? Was it more than 6?
No, it wasn't more than 6.
It was 6.
6 eggs, yeah.
So Flav ate 6 eggs. Let me just to make that clear. Let me just try and hold these. I've got to have to use obviously
defend
both
myself
hands.
a sec.
Yeah, you can say right. Because the question is, how many eggs is too many eggs? And I think context matters with this. So Flav, feel free to defend yourself after eating 6 eggs.
They were going out a date, and it was like, eat them or chuck them away. So I ate them.
Okay.
Also, I know that they fill me up.
Yeah.
So I felt like I'm going to be good till like 3 o'clock. This was like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Also, I thought my missus was going to have some with me, but she'd already eaten. I didn't realise this.
So it's just sat there then?
Otherwise. Yeah, there's this little lady who works in Sainsbury's called Pa. She is, I think it's a Vietnamese name.
Yeah.
Is it?
It was Vietnamese.
Thai.
Name, yeah.
It may be Thai, actually. Okay. I think she has. We had this conversation. I was, is that Vietnamese? And she was like, no, it's Thai. And I was like, all right, apologies. And she said, come here. No,
no, please don't.
No. Hang on. But what you got to understand is that she's.
It's quite shouty language and accent. I understand.
Yeah, she is from Thailand. She's not like she's been in the country for 30 years, but it's like.
But where are you from?
Yeah, it's like it's Jim. It's like she's just arrived, right? And so she speaks very. What?
Yeah. Go ahead. Okay. No, I guess.
Yeah. Vietnamese. Anyway,
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese.
And this woman come by the shop and she's all, I don't know, Vietnamese.
She loves me, right? And every time we go in, and I would say she's like 75. Right. And I chat to her all the time, and she's really sad because I'm leaving my home and we're moving to another home in another village, and I'm not going to get to see her. So she always asks me, when are you going? And I'm like, don't worry, Pa, I'll always come back. What she does for me, right?
Don't worry, Pa.
She lets me know when there's reduced eggs.
Right.
Now we've come full circle to why I'm saying this.
Thank God.
And so she tracked me down halfway the other way from the supermarket and dragged me by the hand and took me to the egg station. She goes, 6 eggs, 75p. And I'm like, You are a legend, Pa.
Yeah,
you are an absolute legend.
Above par.
It was those 6 eggs that were going out of date because they were 75p when I bought them that had to be eaten.
Right. You were saying they were like 5 days out of date. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right. So these are my things. One, 6 is a lot of eggs. Is it too many eggs? I mean, there's no doubt it's a lot of eggs.
Yeah, I think it's too many. I don't think it's healthy.
Right. Okay. You think that's a dangerous amount of eggs?
Yeah, there's a lot.
You see those fitness guys, and they're like, "Here I am, just with some lean beef steak, avocados, 6 fried eggs." They love it. That it's in goose fat or whatever the fat is. I don't know.
Yeah,
the good ones.
So, I think there's an actual health implication of regularly eating too many eggs. I think the guidance is like 3 a day.
How many? Should I search that? How many eggs is too many eggs?
And as who was it just mentioned this? Luke just mentioned. I've had it. I've had chickens. I've reared chickens. I've had them from babies. I've bought chickens. I've had an army of chickens. At one time, I'd say I had between 25 and 30 chickens. So we'd get eggs all the time. Like, I'm an eggs guy.
Right.
They're all gone now. They got ripped apart by foxes, but I've still got one.
So I've gone on to Harvard Health Publishing.
Yeah, go on.
And it's not really giving me an answer. That's annoying. It says on the one before it said 4 to 5 per week.
What?
Yeah.
No, that's ridiculous.
Well, you said, "Oh, that'll keep me full till 3." Did you eat before 3? Did you eat again before 3? Did you have lunch?
I don't think I ate again till dinner.
Oh, that's the sound. That's the sound I had in my head for whilst you're eating it. Yeah. I mean,
considered safe.
Some studies have shown benefits on weight loss from consuming up to 3 eggs a day. It's not a universal recommendation. Okay, I've
got something here. For most healthy adults, up to 6 to 7 eggs per week is considered safe and part of a balanced diet. The evidence is thus: general population studies show that eating 1 egg a day, 7 per week, does not increase the risk of heart disease for most people. People with diabetes or high cholesterol, some research suggests it might benefit from keeping intake closer to 3 to 4 eggs per week, depending on diet overall quality and cholesterol management. It's the cholesterol. That's the issue.
Right.
High levels of cholesterol. Healthy adults, 1 egg a day. That is shit. That's shit. I'm going to have 1 egg a day.
Okay. So many questions. Right. First of all, Adam Oliver says, exactly. Fried, you can't have more than 3, surely. What is fried eggs more filling, are they? Poached is 4. Scrambled can be more. I don't know.
That feels right.
Next question.
Poached eggs.
You know the box, like the egg box. So you can get like 12 or you can get 6, right?
Yeah.
What's worse? Having 5 and leaving 1 for the next person, or just having all 6?
Don't leave 1.
Yeah, I think I think the correct answer to the first question, which was like 6 is a lot. Is it too many? It is too many because out of courtesy, you should be leaving 2.
Yeah, for sure. But Jim, could I just make a point here? Is that this wouldn't be a conversation if it wasn't out of the ordinary. This isn't something I'm doing regularly.
Yeah. Did you feel all right? Did it?
Yeah, I felt okay.
Bunged up?
A little bit. Egg bound, I would like to say. Oh my God.
Well, I bet that office was insane the next day. It's dangerous. Yeah. Good grief. And final question to everyone. How many is too many? What's the most you've had for other foods, things like that? And is there anyone in the world that could eat 10 eggs? Could you film it? I'd love to see it. What's the most eggs eaten in one go? That's a thing as well, isn't it?
Do you remember there was a bit we did a while back where we just got see if people could eat 750 grams of spaghetti and 500 grams of mince in one sitting?
Man eats 143 hard-boiled eggs. It's a 3-minute video. Has he done that? 120 eggs eaten in 8 minutes. World Egg Eating Championship. That's ridiculous. How many do you think you could get down you? Boiled.
I don't like boiled eggs. The texture is. I know you do, and I've seen how much you love them.
I said that thinking no one would know that. But obviously, this is the worst place I could have said that. It's the one place I could have said that.
I think in a scrambled egg, I could easily eat 12. easily without even hesitation.
Really? But it's a
contract.
challenge, right? It's just like get it down, you kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm never going to do that, but I could do it. Well, I'll bet you £10,000 I could eat 12 eggs easy.
12 eggs, yeah. Yeah. Okay, good to know. Let us know, guys. A few bits. Top comments. There's been a bit of chat about when to comment and if you can comment. I said go for it, guys. And Hayden said, sometimes I'll draft a comment for the following week based on ideas I've gathered from this week's podcast. This is so I can post my comment early in the hopes of gathering more likes and it being read out. Sometimes I will wait weeks sitting on the same comment in hopes of posting it right on upload and getting this read. This comment was written last week. And it worked, Hayden. I only got 4 likes on it, but it did work. Well done. Now, I do try and work my way. I'll be totally honest. I work my way through, and then once I've got sort of 3 or 4 for different bits, then I'll stop. Now, that could take different amounts of time, but, I do go through quite a lot of them. Jamie Lee, he says, me and a mate have watched the pod since the Ball Street days. Best believe he's just received a voice note singing, "How many balls in my pocket?" I've gone early, so there's a chance it will be met with slight confusion. I'll hold out for a reply once he's heard Jim's whimsical tones. Only forwards. 18 likes on that. He then replied a few minutes later. He said he's already seen it. 16 minutes after the video came out. Fair play. Good effort. Love that.
Play.
Who can get there early? Who could be there? Should battle for first. I could ask us to schedule it at a certain time, or do you just? Or is it better to sort of raw dog it and just you got to be ready for the notification? It will be coming out tomorrow, probably. Yeah, most likely. Could be today. Just be ready. Make sure you're subscribed. That will help with that. Hit notification bell as well. And we were talking about how you can indicate if someone's good at football. I don't know what you think about this. Calamari5 says the size of the calves are by far the best indicator of someone's footballing ability. The only time this could be a red herring is when someone with dad calves joins. I don't know what dad calves joins is.
A mate of mine's got mental calves. Cannot play football. Disgustingly big and thick calves.
Mad, isn't it?
They're almost like it was a talking point when we used to go out drinking. Like, look at the geezer's calves.
It's it's something you're allowed to be jealous about, isn't it? As a man, it seems.
Really?
I think so. Yeah. This isn't normal. Erds, my girlfriend's family also put the toaster in the cupboard after every use. This is what we heard last week. However, they have taken this one step forward. There is, in fact, a Smeg toaster on the top, which matches the aesthetics of the kitchen. However, you're under strict instructions that this can never be used, as this is the toaster which is for show only.
Right.
If you want to toast, you have to move the Smeg toaster aside and plug in the toaster, which is kept in the cupboard. Every time I go round, I stress at how mental a situation this is.
That is mental.
That's too much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's mental.
That's like chill out.
Can I?
Yeah, go on.
I've got a comment that you won't have had access to.
Okay.
Jim.
Love that.
And this is interesting because listening to this podcast is a gentleman called Stoker Pops, who is a Birmingham City fan, and as we know, they financially doped their way back into the Championship.
Where are they in the league at the moment? Go on, you keep talking. I'll see if I can find.
Have a little look. Right. So, and he said we were commending Coventry, weren't we? We were going to say how great Coventry were, now top of the league, smashing everybody up. Mm-hmm. And he said something along the lines of, well, Coventry have spent loads of money, haven't they? But given the fact that Coventry have done it, wow. Birmingham have done it, it's not that big a thing. Now, someone has replied on Spotify to the audio version of the podcast, Luke Lewis, and he says, Coventry sold their best players to raise those funds, Mr. Brummy Cat. Save it for, didn't want to lose the monetization there.
Well done.
But CUNT he called you.
Right. Noted.
Luke.
Just to be clear, hang on. So let me start at the top, Coventry first. And then if you just keep going down a bit further, there'll be...
keep going.
Sixth is QPR.
Oh.
Just pop down a bit lower. Just recently relegated Ipswich Town. And then we show it a little bit further down. And all the way down there, 16th is Birmingham City.
Okay. Go down. No risk.
Yeah.
No risk.
Yeah, flirting. Currently flirting. So yeah, that's not normal apparently. Where is it?
I like the way you said Brummy. CUNT.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's not. Is
you know, my mum's she's from Birmingham, so I can say what I like about Brummies.
I'm not sure how I feel about this guy's name. Dr. SPASTI Cat. The microwave one is understandable because you're not moving it in, and it's basically like having a second door on it. So people talk about if you got to get your microwave, if you have your microwave in a cupboard, essentially you're just opening a second door, aren't you? If it just sits there, so that's fine. The toaster one is mental, as they usually come in pairs with a kettle for aesthetics. If you are using it once a week or whatever, fine, but multiple people using it daily is mental. I agree.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And Gisku says this. This isn't normal. When we were kids, this is mental, by the way. Sorry, Gisku. My parents would every so often plan a shopping trip out as a family wherein my two siblings and I would get dragged around a series of bland, soulless retail outlets on a series of trying on ill-fitting pairs of jeans and buying socks and stuff like that, before eventually slinking off to shoe section for the much-needed sit down on those sad little benches with those mirrors on them, hoping not to be called back to try another hideous piece of garb. Probably all pretty standard thus far. However, the abnormality arose in the manner in which we would prepare for such outings. We would be woken up, for a teenager, this was at early, 10:30 to 11, by which point my mother would have rustled up dinner in order to allow us to get a good run at the day. Stew, spag bowl, curry, you name it. I'd have rubbed sleep out of my befuddled eyes whilst chowing down on it. Simply put, an abomination, says Giskus. Having dinner in the morning, just to give yourself a good run up at the day, is mental.
Yeah.
Living rent-free. James and Flav live rent-free in my head, is Ben Jackson. Every single time I make a sandwich for lunch, I cut it. This was a top comment last week. I cut it so that one half is slightly bigger than the other. This, of course, means that while eating the smaller half, I've got an even bigger portion to look forward to. Endless joy. Yeah. Thanks, lads. 149 likes on that. Wasn't my advice. Was that your advice? Was that just one of the...
I think it's came from the community. Yeah. Sluggy wuggies.
My only concern with that one is that I feel like I'm going to eat the small one too quickly, sorry. So sort of, am I rushing a bit? I don't know. And
I don't... Yeah.
And Charlie Mills, James and Flav living in my head rent free. And I do this too. So, and this will be in the early hours, and I'm sure a lot of other people will as well. Every time I feel hot, I say stick my leg out from under the duvet. I think about Flav and the word regulator. That's a lot of thinking about Flav. All the time. A couple of nights ago it happened. Get that leg out and you're fine.
So sometimes when I'm in bed and it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm warm, I'll put my leg out and think about the regulator as well. I know. But I'll think about other people thinking about me.
Yeah.
Sort of like
Inception.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yeah. Wow. The crown weighs heavy on the
regulator. It does, mate. It's hard to be so influential in this sphere. But this isn't just contained to this podcast. This regulator thing has come up in every podcast that I've done. Someone will message in going,
it's genius.
How often I think about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Because I think about you every time I get into bed.
Yeah. Every single time.
Okay. And I'll finish off with why did I say that? And I've put this at the end for a very clear reason, which you're about to realise. So here's one. So this is apparently from someone, Sludge Puppies, housemate from earlier this week. She and this stings, man. This stings. Ready? She'd just come back from a date. Before the date, high hopes were in the air. They'd had a good chat online, but in person, there wasn't much going on. And he wasn't as good looking as his photos. And his looks happened to remind her of a couple of people that she didn't like. She knew early on in the date that she didn't want to go for another. But they did have a good time, apparently. Good conversations. They were not flirty, however, but there wasn't anything awkward, and it wasn't clear that both were happy to be there. And even though it wasn't flirty, maybe she didn't quite read that, as he did make a few moves to show his interest. Moving on to the end of the date, he offered to walk her home. The guy lives nearby to her, and they knew that they'd be going the same way. So just one stop apart on the DLR, she declined and said she'd get the bus instead, which was a way of hers to signal she wasn't interested. Would you have caught that?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to the end of the day. Oh, no, we've done that. So he walked her to the bus stop instead. Let her know he had a good time. He'd had a good time. And then pop the question, would you like to do this again sometime? To which, after a momentary but awkward pause, and of being a little startled by the question, she replied, let me get back to you on that. Oh. That's tough. Is it all right if I just get back to you on that?
Yeah, just never speak to her again. Block her. It's done.
Why would you say that? And these two are horrific. And I'm not even sure if I should read them out. I'm going to read it out.
Okay, do one. Because I've got my meeting in 15 minutes.
Okay, I'll do the one that can't get me cancelled. ST, just whatever, control 9 something. My why did I say that story is when I'd gone to visit my granny who'd had me very well for a couple of weeks and wasn't really eating. During the visit, I thought I'd ask if she'd managed to eat anything that day. And she replied, your granddad rammed a bit of toast down my throat this morning. For some reason, I instantly responded.
Yeah.
I hope that's the only thing he's been ramming down your throat. I left very quickly.
Oh, my Lord. That's terrible. Your granddad rammed a bit of toast down my throat.
Hey, Nan. I hope that's the only thing he rammed down your throat. Right. Dear. And on that note, have a wonderful weekend. Football's back. We'll see you next week. If you want to join us for the mailbag, please do. Become a moisty. Links in the description. We'll speak soon. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye.